Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Sean Dex. I'm back to you with your daily serving of mango juice. It's a Sunday morning and Bitcoin serving us with a big platter of price action breakfast. We have a lot to talk about. We have the bacon, we have the eggs, we have the sausage, we have it all, but we don't have veggies. But hey, if you are vegan, we do have green candles to talk about, right? Green candles that were sold into, albeit, but enough of the jokes. Let's get on over here with Bitcoin USD on Coinbase. And I want to start with what I was talking about for the past few days now, almost more than a week now. I said, hey, I will get interested in Bitcoin after a certain zone was penetrated, right? Now, we did have a big move yesterday. The question is, was that zone penetrated? Did we go ahead and close candles above that? We did have a big move. Now let's go ahead and turn on our drawing tools, drum roll, and hey, what do you know? We did make our way into this purplish, bluish box territory, but we did not close above it, and that's what I'm looking for, right? Which is why a lot of people were getting excited yesterday when we pumped up all the way up here, and I got PMs from more than at least 5 people telling me that they bought in here already and whether they should be getting worried or not because they started seeing price action reject on them. And I said, hey guys, I've been saying this for a while. Wait for the daily candle to close. Wait for the daily candle to close. And this is what you see. This is what you see. And we'll go over how, one, I came up with this box over here, and two, why you should be waiting for candles to close. That being said, there is something I do want to talk about here. What is it? I am forgetting. Oh, yes. I also got a couple of messages from people saying that, Sean, I was expecting price to dump. Why did we pump instead? Now, the thing is, there were signs that we were likely to make a move to the upside. And I do understand if you missed yesterday's video. It is a Saturday and you can't always watch every video, but we did go over how we are likely to make an aggressive move towards the upside, right? Yesterday's thumbnail said Bitcoin, big move coming soon, and in the video I went over the lower time frames giving us those signs. And we can go ahead over here. Actually, let's switch over to our Bitstamp chart where we don't have, okay, there you go, right? So now what I'll do is the first sign was actually the mango indicator. That gave me the big signal, but you don't need this, right? You don't need this. Anyways, the mango indicator flipped green all the way over here. And if you guys know how to play this, essentially what we do is we wait for it to flip green. If it is green, we look for long accumulation opportunities underneath this threshold whenever the orange goes underneath the threshold. Again, if the vine is green, I mean if the pine is green, let's call this the pine, then we look for the vine to be underneath the threshold, right? Underneath the threshold, and then you look for long opportunities. So where did this give us a long? Right over here, in this zone over here, and perhaps over here, and then you had your nice aggressive move towards the upside. Now here's the thing. Because this is only the 1 hour time frame, you don't hold that for too long. Again, the longer time frames always win out. And what was our measured move for this, right? Let's go ahead and remove that. What was our measured move? We talked about this. We actually highlighted this yellow line over here, saying that we are likely to make our move all the way up here. At that point, I got a couple of messages saying that, Sean, it is very unlikely that we get all the way there. But hey, what do you know? We actually got all the way there. We actually even overshot a little bit, right? Drew in a little bit more liquidity from the former buyers and got sold into. Now, why was I saying that you should, if you're not already in position over here when you did get the signal, you should probably not be FOMO buying? Because guys, always, even though I look at the lower time frames to get an idea of whether things are switching around or not, always look at the higher time frames as well. And what was the higher time frames telling us? That we had major resistance in this zone, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and turn off all my drawing tools so that we have a clean chart, and I'm going to turn on the mango ribbon instead. Okay, guys, I'm getting a few PMs, people getting confused between the mango ribbon and the mango vine indicator. Those are two different things. If you guys want access to the mango ribbon, I can give you access for free. Just PM me and I will grant you access. Anyways, PM me on Telegram. So we'll turn on the mango ribbon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the Tenkin. Okay, so what was I looking for initially? I was looking for the 21 EMA to at least get penetrated. Okay, the 21 EMA to get penetrated. And as you can see, we have gone rejected there. We made a way up to it on our first drive here. Okay, good. Expected rejection, got it. Second time I took a short position here, got that move towards the downside, and now on the third try, right, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to be taking a shot over here. 3 times is one too many for me, and we are likely to break it and break it aggressively. And there you go, you got that move towards the upside. Now, this is what I was talking about yesterday too. When you're consolidating along a resistance, that is actually a bullish sign, and you need to be very, very careful if you're taking short positions. That being said, you don't want to be taking long positions either until you have confirmation of the break, right? Don't front run it, guys. Don't front run it. So what do you do in a time like this? Just sit back and wait. Just sit back and wait. You don't always have to be in a position, because you could get into trouble like this. If you buy right after the break without waiting for candle to close, you get sold into, and now you're trapped, right? Now look at this. Price is moving against you, and you don't know what to do. Should you buy or should you sell? Because here it's not bearish at all, because we are spending a lot of time next to the zone. But then again, it's not bullish just yet, right? Because we're closing a weekly tomorrow, guys. A bear attack may come at any time, or bull attack may come too. So we don't know. It's better to just wait. Hey, protect your money first. Have ammo for the obvious plays, right? When the money's staring you in the face, go and goddamn take it. Money wasn't staring you in the face. If you're looking at the lower time frames, right, and you took the trade where we talked about over here, that was a good play. That was a good play. But if you missed it, just sit and wait. And you could have gotten in over here too, right? But again, guys, if you don't want to be buying in over here when the high time frames are telling you you have a lot of resistance to get through yet. But is it just this? Is it just a daily 21 EMA I'm looking at? No. That's not all. Again, going back to the mango ribbon, I digress a little bit. What I'm going to do is say show Tenkin and show you know what, let's start with just the Tenkin, and we'll go ahead and turn off our MAs. We don't need that, and I'll make it a little bit easier and remove all of this too. So all we're looking at is the 21 EMA and the red and the blue Tenkin over here. So what was I looking for? I was looking for us to, one, penetrate the 21 EMA, close above it, and also penetrate the Tenkin. And what did we get instead? We got a test of both, rejected both, and closed underneath both. This is classic, and this is actually what I want to see from the price. This is what I want to see. But you guys might be thinking, Sean, why would you want to see something like this? You got the rejection. Yeah, we got the rejection, but I'm patient. What I'm seeing over here is that the markets are respecting the same levels that I am looking at. So I am right on my thesis. I'm right on my thesis that these are important levels. We got a rejection on the Tenkin, and we got a rejection on the 21 EMA for now. Right, if you guys have been following me for the entire week, we've been talking about this blue box territory over here. Let's go ahead and switch on to Coinbase and remove our thingy. Okay, there you go. Lines up perfectly with this area over here, right? So why is it extended a little bit lower than the 21 EMA? It's because what I haven't shown you guys yet is the Kijun, right? Let's go ahead and turn on the Kijun, and this has actually some bullish implications with today's price action. It's not all bad, guys. It's not all bad. In fact, there's nothing really bad about this at all, right? Yes, we got the rejection. It's only bad if you're trapped over here, but if you're trapped, there is some solace. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the Kijun, and what do you know? You may not be able to see it, right? I need to probably darken it up a little bit for some people. Screens are on the brighter side. There you go. So now you can see the Kijun right there. You can see the Kijun lining up price action underneath. So we have retaken the Kijun. The red line over here is the Kijun, right? So what has price done? We tested the Kijun. So okay, let's break this down. On our first attempt, on our first drive up, we went and tested the 21 EMA and closed underneath the Kijun. So we tested the Kijun as well as the 21, but closed underneath both. On the second drive, again, same story. On the third drive, we closed over the Kijun, but we need an open and a close now, right? Now, today's candle is going to be really, really important. If we can even maintain 10,605-ish, right? Is that it? 10,650. If we can even maintain that level, I will be bullish. I'll get a little bit more bullish on the daily time frame, and a daily time frame is not something to scoff. Why? Because it means that we have retaken the Kijun convincingly. Okay, now I'd like to see a couple more candles close over that level, but in what we are instead going to see is us retake the 21 as well, and the Tenkin or get rejected and move towards the downside if price action starts holding this level. Okay, so now I know this might be getting a little overwhelming for you guys, right? So I'm just going to break it down one last time to make it a little simple. We have retaken the Kijun, but what I want to do, what I want to see is an open and a close. All we have for now is an open over the Kijun. Okay, if we see an open and a close over the Kijun, it is likely that we retake the 21 EMA too. This is all happening in steps, guys. Okay, we're taking this one step at a time, which is what I like to see from charts. That way you're not surprised. Now, could we get rejected over here and go down a little bit and then come back up? Yeah, of course, we very well could. And hey, this is why I say be patient, wait for things to develop, wait for everything to come into confluence. Look at the daily, guys. Nothing has lost equilibrium at all. The Tenkin is still over the 21 is still over the Kijun, and the Tenkin is still over the Kijun. Everything is fine, right? Even though everybody was getting bearish, this is now looking like one big accumulation opportunity that nobody took. Now, it's never too late, right? Bitcoin can always move higher and higher and higher, but again, always risk manage first. I am not your financial advisor. If you are looking for just buying Bitcoin spot, you have to think of different longer term strategies. If you are leverage trading, of course you can't sit through huge drawdowns. Again, depending on the leverage, if you're only like going 1.5x 2x of your of your account, again, that's a longer conversation I don't want to get into right now. In fact, scratch anything I said on that. Anyways, the daily is looking fine. Let's go ahead and look at the 2-day. Any developments over there? Oh, a quick note, right, on the daily, on how I talked about this is looking like one big accumulation opportunity. And if we start trending from here and start breaking and making new highs to the upside, what would that mean? It would mean that, hey, again, the mango indicator called it and nailed it, right? Again, what do we talk about? Every time we're underneath the threshold, and the pine is green, then you look at the orange line, and you want to be under the threshold and you want to start accumulating there. Now again, this is more for longer term strategy. We're looking at the daily over here. On the daily, and if you're using the mango indicator and you're playing it on the daily, you really have to think about big numbers, guys. And I'm not talking about just 20,000. I'm talking about bigger numbers like 30,000, 40,000. Again, a lot of people laughed at me when I was looking at the, let's go ahead and remove all of this, and I was looking at the monthly. There's my monthly. I was looking at the monthly, and we got in at 3K, right? 3.6K, and I was looking at 13,000. When I was calling those targets, people laughed, and I was like, no, we are going to play the high time frames, and we're playing the high time frames. We have to look at higher numbers, okay? That's what you do, and we got there. It will take time, but we'll get there. At 3.6K, even 4,000 seemed like a big number. Now, it's all a joke, right? I want you guys to put things into perspective and think into the future, and think back to how trivial a price like 10,000 is going to feel like if we are sitting at 50,000, if we get there, right? Again, everything is a probability play in trading and life, so it can always go against you. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Always risk manage. Now, going back to the daily, this is what I mean by risk managing, right? Even though I'm always bullish, I was in a no trade, and there you go. Bitcoin is selling off right now. I actually may take a position over here. I may have to pause. And yeah, I think let's go ahead and look at this. I may actually have to pause over here and take a position. Do I want to do this? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pause, guys. I do want to take a quick scalp play over here. Alright, guys, I am back. Apologies for that. That trade was a little bit too good to let pass. Now question is, am I going to be right on that trade? I don't know. Again, it's all a probability, and this is one of the trades where the probability is on my favor, heavily in my favor, but again, it could go against me. So why did I take that trade? Well, we're sitting at the Kijun. We could see some defense over there on the daily. Again, when you go on over to your 4-hour, we have the Kijun underneath us over there as well. We can turn on our mango ribbon right over there, and you can see that we have an SMA, the 21 EMA, and also we have the 200 EMA lining us right there, right? And again, retaking this, closing multiple candles over this, and then coming and testing it for the second time, for the first time on first pass, is likely to have a bounce. Now again, I'm not interested just yet on any long-term positions. That being said, I do have to admit that I bought some December contracts on this, because what I'm intending on doing now, okay, because of the current posturing of Bitcoin, what I'm intending on doing is, when I get rid of my position, I'll be getting rid of only like around 75% to 80% of it, okay, and I'll hold the rest, and I'll only be doing these for longs. I will not be doing these for shorts. Again, why? Go back and watch my last couple of videos, explain this. Longer term the macro time frame is still bullish, guys. I'm talking about the weekly, the monthly, the 2-day, the 3 days. Okay, the daily hasn't really taken the levels I want to just yet, but I'm willing to hold on to. I'm willing to let some of my positions ride in case we have an explosive move, and Bitcoin can do something like that at any time, right? And yes, it can do something like that towards the downside as well, but I will not play that probability. I will not play that probability because it's not in my favor. Okay, it's already made that big move, by the way, guys. Like 30% is 30% to 40% is what you guys should be looking for if you are looking to play dips. All right, so that being said, again, if we come down, I will not be surprised. Oh, another reason why I took that trade is go back on to our daily, clear out all this mess, and all we have to do is put on our box that we were just talking about at the beginning of the morning. We came down right there and I bought at the bottom of the box, right? Just buy the bottom of the box. We reclaim the box. I'll buy at the bottom of the box. I'll de-risk at the top of the box and keep some of the position just in case. Now going back to the 4 hour, because I just noticed this, and I know a lot of people are looking at this inverted head and shoulders, right? As you can see, we always see something like this where everybody's looking at it at an inverted head and shoulders, and we see some sort of rejection. And how do I put this? When something is staring you in the face and it looks far too obvious, it is very unlikely to play out, especially when all the retailers are looking at it as well. Over here, you can see this inverted head and shoulders that everybody was looking at. Okay, we were talking about this too. I said, guys, be careful. Even though this is looking like an inverted head and shoulders, it probably even is in terms of its pattern. Don't play its measured move. Look for other things in confluence, right? What were we looking at over here at Mango? We were looking at the ascending triangle that was forming instead. We were looking at even the cup and handle that was forming instead, and then playing it off that as well. And we didn't get too exuberant on those moves, but we were keeping it in mind either way. Now, again, you play this the same way. Look at the inverted head and shoulders, but look for other things for confluence. You don't want to be playing it solely off this because you could get baited, especially if we don't make the entire measured move. These things don't have to make its measured move. They could get rejected right at the neckline. They could break the neckline just slightly and then again break back into the formation, right? So be careful. Look for other things to confluence with your idea. Especially when it comes to inverted head and shoulders or just head and shoulders in general, Bitcoin can be very nasty about it. In the bull market, in the bear market, if you guys were trading with me during those periods, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we talked about the daily, we talked about the 4 hour. Now we talked about this trade I just took and how I'll be managing it well. When am I wrong, right, about the trade? Well, if you start closing 4 hour candles underneath this box, I'll just get out, right? Easy to manage. So that being said, I do want to talk about the 2-day now, right? We talked about how the daily has retaken the Kijun, not retaken the Tenkin and the 21 just yet. Go ahead, turn off all these lines over here, and we are going to go ahead and do the same thing. Turn on the Mango ribbon and see what's up. Hey, we have retaken the 21 EMA on the 2-day. Good news. Tested the 10 SMA. Again, that's good news. Got rejected. Expected, right? But we're going to probably spend some time over here before making another try at that. Where's that coming up to? 11,139. 11,139. Keep that number in mind. Now, let's go ahead and turn on our Tenkin and soon and see what's going on over there. Rejected the Tenkin. Kijun's all the way down at the bottom, so we have nothing to worry about. Let's look at the 3-day. Hey, good news, really good news over here. Remember how we took our long over here, right? Again, it wasn't a trade that I held on to. In hindsight, it would have been good if I held on to it, but hey, no regrets. We took the trade based off the 3-day, right? Based off the 3-day. Over here, we took it here. We took it actually underneath the 21 EMA, saying that, hey, I'm expecting the 3-day to get defended on first pass. What do you know? We actually got that defense, and we bounced pretty aggressively after that. We retook the Tenkin. Now, what we want to see on the next 3-day candle is us open and close on the Tenkin. So the daily and the 3-day are currently in the same posturing, right? We are looking for the daily and the 3-day to both retake major levels on the Ichimoku. The 3-day is testing the Tenkin and the daily is testing the Kijun. So let's keep an eye on that. We do have overhead resistance again on the 3-day, and SMA sitting at 11,174. Okay, so when is this 3-day closing? I think we start a brand new 3-day candle today. So we have 3 days to go. This is going to take take a while, and we're looking at around the 24th. Now, things are beginning to look a little bit rosy for the bulls, but I wouldn't get too excited just yet. I am fully expecting Bitcoin to make a little some FU moves by having another drive down, or just probably going sideways and frustrating a few people. Don't be too surprised if that happens. Let's go on auto 4 and see what's going on our Ichimoku. As you can see, the cloud is still red and it's getting thicker. It's getting thicker. If we start going into the cloud over here, right, that's gonna be a no trade zone. That's gonna be a no trade zone for me until we pop over the cloud. Once we pop over the cloud, I'll be looking for trend trades, because that will likely match up or come into confluence with the daily as well, us retaking those levels. Remember, we have the 200 MA lining the top over here. We have the daily levels lining the top over here. Okay, this is a 200 MA on the 4 hour. The Kijun is underneath us, giving us a little bit of support. We also have the 21 EMA there, I believe. There you go. And I do believe we also have the two. Okay, so we have a lot of support underneath here. So this trade I just took, I'm looking I'll be looking for this to have a little bounce over here. We could get all the way down to 10,480, and if we do, I'm probably going to add to my position over there. And if we break that, our next target would be around 10,200, but I'll be getting on my position before that, so I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so now let's do a quick recap on everything we talked about, because I do know we've been all over the place, right? Especially with me pausing the video to take that trade. I do apologize for that. So let's start with the daily. We'll keep it simple. We'll keep it the mango way, right? What are we looking for, right? What are we looking for? Well, simply to clear this region over here, right? We got the rejection of the Tenkin, but it's not a death sentence yet. We still have the Kijun underneath us. We do also have, by the way, the 10 SMA underneath us. Let's go ahead and turn on the mango ribbon. Again, guys, there's a difference between the mango ribbon and the mango indicator. If you want the mango ribbon, it's available for free. Just PM me and I will give you access. Okay, we are sandwiched between the 21 MA and the 10 SMA, as well as the Kijun underneath. If we do break this to the upside, the next level of interest is the Tenkin, right? We can go ahead and turn on both of that, the Tenkin and the Kijun. As you can see, the Kijun is this thin, darker red line underneath, and the Tenkin is the blue line over there. If we clear the Tenkin to the upside, things are really good, and we can start looking for trending moves towards the upside. If not, and we close below, if we get our rejection, then I'm looking for a move all the way back down to 9,900, 9,800. That's pretty much it. All you have to do is look at the daily and keep your life simple. In fact, all you can do is go ahead and look at the weekly, right? And we're closing the week tomorrow, so today. So be very careful today. Be very careful today. We may get an attack from either side. So whether you're shorting or being a bull, be careful. The week is not looking too bad at all anymore, right? In fact, this is kind of expected from Bitcoin. Every time you have a move towards the downside for around 30 to 40%, you are likely to see a bounce. That being said, Bitcoin has been surprising me with how fast the buyers have been coming in, right? You're not seeing those extended moves and the drawn out sideways movement from Bitcoin anymore. You're just seeing this parabolic straight up, straight down movements. And hey, this market could get very crazy, and you shouldn't be too surprised if you've been following the Mango community for a while now. You know that we talked about this. We talked about why this is happening too. Hey, I don't want to go over all of that again, but perhaps in another video. I don't want to keep this video too long. We're doing a quick recap over here. So now that's the daily, that's the weekly. On the 4 hour, same story. All you have to do is play the range, right? That's going on. We have this blue box territory here. On the 1 hour was where we actually got our signal. And I do want to, if you guys are looking at the mango indicator on the video, again, the mango vine indicator on the videos, you do have to keep in mind that on the 1 hour time frames, you will get, on the lower time frames, you will get like shaky, not shaky, I don't say shaky, but they're not as powerful as the higher time frame, which is why even when and if you take your trades on the 1 hour, right over here, for example, your signal was to buy over here, which was at around 10,200, you would want to get rid of it as soon as, I don't want to say you want to get rid of it as soon as possible. It's up to you, your risk management, but that's how I would play it. And hey, a 10% move is not bad, man. 10,000 from around 10,200, 10,100, if you got around here, all the way up to 11,150-ish, not bad at all. $1,000 move, man. But don't get too greedy if you're taking these trades on the lower time frames. Again, here it's actually lining up with the trade I just took, right? It's telling you that this is an entire buy opportunity. So let's see how this plays out. What I'm looking for is for the 2 hour to flip green, the 3 hour to flip green, and once the 4 hour flips green too, things are going to look really good. Remember, the daily still not turned red at all, right? It's still saying that all of this has been accumulation, and hey, what do you know, it seems like it's gotten it right, right? It's gotten right. But I would not be saying, I wouldn't be too again, I wouldn't get too happy or too excited yet until we cross over this threshold line, right? The 12-hour, same story, getting very, very close to the threshold. So let's see what happens moving forward. Again, guys, you don't even need this. You can use all your other basic tools, and it's good enough. It's good enough. This is just an edge to add to your trading. It's not something you absolutely need. I've been getting PMs, people telling me that they absolutely need it. You don't need it, especially if you're new, guys. If you're new, you don't need it. Stick to the basics. Anyways, that's it for today. I hope the video is not too long. We will go over more tomorrow. There's going to be a lot to talk about. Exciting times ahead, indeed. Exciting times ahead. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Throw a like, throw a subscribe. Do it the Mango way. Do it the stress-free way. Look at the high time frames. Chill. You don't always need to be in the trade. I will see you guys soon. Ciao.